Hi guys, I am Dalila Meziani. I'm a writer. It's my first time here on YouTube, so hi! Okay, let us start. So I'm a writer, okay? Welcome to my channel, you can say. It's my first time here on YouTube, guys. I'll speak about how I started writing. So I want to show up, okay? I decided to show up, finally. Because I started writing at a young age. I started writing at the age of 14. It was very... how to say it? It was like a surprise, right? But because it was a very young age, right? I think it was a young age. You know, I started writing so at 14, and yeah. So let me go about. Let me go with that. Let me go with this idea. Let me keep on going with this idea. So I decided to show up. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, I'm a little bit shaken. It's my first time here on YouTube, so okay, but I'm gonna get used to it for sure. So at the age of 14, it was just like that, okay? It was like that. A bomb exploded in my life, which led into an explosion in my head, and this explosion led words to fall like a waterfall onto my papers. I was really writing every day. Like literally, I was really writing every day because I really needed that, okay? Literally, I was going to go mad if I didn't write back then. So that's what I was doing. I was writing every day. And how was that? How was it that I discovered that I am a writer? So at the age of 14 years old, I lost myself. And you can say that I lost myself to find myself, you know? So when I found myself, I was like, yeah, you're a writer. I am a writer. Hi. I write a lot of novels, right? It's okay. So at the age of 14, one day, my heart was bleeding. I laid down in my bed. I tried to sleep. I couldn't. But I was feeling that my heart was bleeding and I was in pain. So in a moment, while I was laying in my bed, right, I started writing in the air. I started writing in the air. In Arabic. Back then, at the age of 14 years old, I was only good at Arabic, okay? I was so good at Arabic. English, I wasn't good at English. I also know French, but I wasn't good at this language also. I was only good at Arabic. So I started like writing in the air in Arabic, right? Excuse me, it's my first time here on YouTube, so okay. I'm a little bit comfortable, by the way, so at the age of 14 years old, I told you, at the age of 14, excuse me, wait a minute, wait. I don't know why I'm shaking. Guys, let me go with the idea, okay? At the age of 14 years old, my heart was bleeding, I was in pain, I went and I laid down in my bed, and in a moment I started writing in the air, and I wrote 4 sentences, and these sentences finished with the same letter. And when I knew that I can write more, I jumped quickly into my desk, like I went into my desk, and I started writing, and I wrote a whole paragraph, and I named it Bleed, Nazif in Arabic, I named it Bleed, and I discovered that I am a writer. It was exciting, right? I was in pain, but I was like, oh yeah, you're a writer, and you have your own style, and I started writing back then. Since then, I started writing since this first time, like, it was because my heart was bleeding. So just like, okay, pain was there, and then I've got a gift. I discovered that I have a talent, and then I discovered that I am a writer, and that I have my own style. So let me show you how I wrote the first time, for example. So I wrote a whole paragraph like that. I wrote in Arabic, and I named it, like I did here or so. But this is a story, okay? This is a novel. Look, this is a novel. I am literally, how to say it? I'm relaxed, okay? Like, Anyway, I'm speaking to you as I speak to my friends, I can say. So, I want to say, these are... What? That's a novel, that's a story, okay? But I'm just showing you how I wrote the first time. So I started writing since then. At the age of 14 years old, I don't recall the number of the day, you could say. But I was 14, and once my heart was bleeding, and it was so painful, so I laid down in my bed, and suddenly I started writing in the air, and I wrote 4 sentences. They finished with the same letter. And when I knew that I could write more, I went into my desk and I started writing. I wrote a whole paragraph, and it helped me so much releasing my pain. And I discovered that I am a writer and that I have my own style, because I wrote with my own style the first time. And I named the paragraph Believed, Nazif in Arabic. So after this experience, I remember after a week, nothing was helping me actually. I was so in pain, nothing was helping me. So I was staying a lot in the garden of our house. I was staying a lot there. So then I stayed in the garden, and I started thinking and thinking and thinking, and then I started imagining. I imagined the whole story. I decided to write it. So I wrote a story of 13 pages in a week in the garden, and when I finished it, I realized that I can write books, and that was my first experience with writing a very little story. And since then I was like, welcome, hi, I'm a writer, and I'm here to write, because writing was my only way to release my pain and to enjoy my life, you can say, to enjoy my existence, you can say. I'm a writer, I write, and I want to say, please wait for my books, they are coming. Yeah, have a good day.